The destiny that awaits us beyond the last breath has been a profound question for humanity. Many ponder the immortality of the soul, whether it is a reality or merely a comforting thought for the fearful mind. The idea of being reborn in a new form, the existence of eternal realms such as heaven and hell, and whether one will experience benevolence or despair are intertwined in human contemplation, creating a mysterious veil between life and what follows. These enigmas challenge us to consider whether death is the final point of existence or a gateway to an unknown spiritual journey. Some believe that after the body dies, the soul goes to purgatory to atone for sins before ascending to heaven. Others think of reincarnation, while some believe in a period of sleep until the return of Christ. Despite the diversity of beliefs, the Bible provides clear answers to these questions, offering insight into the nature of death and what follows according to Christian faith. The first fact to consider is that the dead cannot contact the living. Various cultures and religions hold that the dead can influence the living or reveal hidden truths, as popularized in movies like Ghost. However, the Bible states otherwise in Ecclesiastes 9 verses 5-6, where it is written that the dead know nothing and have no further reward or influence under the sun. This passage highlights that stories of messages from deceased individuals through mediums are not to be believed, as they may be deceptions from evil spirits rather than actual communication from the dead. The second fact is that after death, our spirit returns to God. Contrary to popular culture's depiction of wandering spirits or reincarnated souls, the Bible assures us that upon death, our body returns to dust and our spirit returns to God. This is emphasized in Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7 and illustrated through Jesus' resurrection, where he physically appeared to his disciples, demonstrating that resurrected beings have tangible bodies rather than being mere spirits. When a Christian dies, they go directly to the presence of Jesus. This is affirmed by Jesus' words to the thief on the cross, promising him paradise that very day. The Apostle Paul also expressed a desire to depart and be with Christ, indicating a belief that the spirit of a Christian goes immediately to be with Jesus after death. This promise provides immense comfort and hope for believers, assuring them of their place with Christ. The bodies of Christians are said to sleep after death, a term used symbolically in the Bible to describe the state of the body awaiting resurrection. This is exemplified by the story of Lazarus, whom Jesus referred to as sleeping before raising him from the dead. The concept of sleep is specific to Christians and signifies a temporary state before the final resurrection, as detailed in 1 Thessalonians 4. This hope of resurrection is further emphasized in 1 Corinthians 15, where Paul describes the transformation that will occur at the sound of the last trumpet. The dead will be raised imperishable, and the living will be changed, highlighting a future where our mortal bodies are transformed into immortal ones. This promise not only assures believers of eternal life but also emphasizes the significance of our physical bodies, which are destined for restoration. The resurrection of the dead and the transformation of the living will be an extraordinary event, marking a new chapter in human existence. The Bible describes this event as a moment when every particle of the faithful's bodies will be reunited and transformed into glorified, immortal forms. This belief challenges the common perception of death and offers a vision of total restoration and eternal life. This promise of transformation and resurrection gives Christians a unique perspective on life and death. It provides comfort amid grief, knowing that death is not the end but a temporary state before eternal life. This hope inspires believers to live with purpose and faith, reflecting God's love and preparing for a future where they will be reunited with their loved ones and live eternally in the presence of God. Therefore, the Christian understanding of death and resurrection is not just about escaping death but about the fulfillment of God's divine plan. It offers a vision of a future free from suffering, where believers will experience a new quality of existence with glorified bodies, eternal joy, and the absence of pain and death. This hope transforms the way Christians live, encouraging them to love deeply, act courageously, and hold firmly to their faith. Finally, the words of Jesus, "I am the resurrection and the life," offer a profound promise of eternal life to all who believe in him. This assurance gives Christians a different perspective on death, viewing it not as an end but as a beginning of a new, glorious chapter in the presence of God. This belief provides strength, purpose, and hope, encouraging believers to live fully, love freely, and face the uncertainties of life with unwavering faith in God's promise of eternal life.